Well, greetings, this is Pastor Carlton Hours here at First Lutheran in Pontiac. This is our Common Sense Theology, our Word of Hope for today. Glad that you could join with us. Again, we have been talking about marriage, the foundational building block of our society, how important it is. Now again, we left you yesterday with defining marriage and defining love, and we kind of talked a little bit about how marriage is the building block of society, of how God's kingdom is made, how the church is built to be made is on the backs of families. I mean, it's made by families. And our country is made up of families. And if families are not strong, our society will not be strong, our culture will not be strong. And we see this happening in many ways. Again, this is the firm foundation besides Jesus Christ that we are to be built upon. The family should be built upon the foundation of Jesus Christ, and then the family is the next layer. Mom, dad, 2.5 children, dog, cat, and mouse, or whatever you've got. But that is the building block of society. Why? Because God uses it to raise up our children. Statistics will tell you that most people who have been incarcerated, this cuts across racial, economic lines, socioeconomics, whatever you want to call it. This cuts across all those lines, that if they come from an intact family, you are less likely to be incarcerated. That is just the fact. Again, that doesn't mean that God hates, single parent families. I was a single parent for a while. I grew up in a single parent home for a while. My dad died. Thank God for those single mothers and fathers who are there taking care of their children and doing the best they can with what they have to operate. But statistics will tell you that a child will do much better throughout life. Incarceration rates are almost nil for those who come from a two-parent home. The learning environment is so much better for children who have two parents in the home. Regardless if both parents work or one works or not, it doesn't matter. They do so much better in school, so much more well-behaved, not near the problem with corrections and things in schools or in society. So if you want your children to not have to be dealt with by the police department, good way to do that is to train them right and be together, mom and dad. Again, if you want them to succeed in school, from elementary school on up through high school and then even into college, they are much more likely to go on and receive a post-secondary education at that point. Children who come from two-parent homes are more likely to be more successful in life, in business, or in their career choices, much better. It is just the foundation upon which society is to be built. And most of our problems, and again, I love people, and if people have issues, I understand it. That's what the church is here for. Not here to condemn a soul, not doing that. But I want you to understand that many of our ills today, societal ills, come because families are not strong or they're not intact. We need to get back to marriage and to family. And again, if you want to know who is getting married, go look at the rich. The rich are marrying. Those who go to Ivy League schools, guess what? They're marrying. They're marrying each other, but they understand that that's success. They understand that that means that you will be more successful economically in your career and that your children will do much better. We need to remember that. Those of us who might not be from an Ivy League school or from whatever, but you can be much more successful. We need that, and we also need grandparents to be a part of those lives that they can send their wisdom on down to the next generation. We also need great-grandparents and others to be there. And we need the church, because the church is built of the families. If we want our churches to be strong, we see a lot of issues in churches. The reason there are a lot of issues in churches today is because the families are not strong. And we have hurt the family because we have not been willing to work through things. We have been all too willing to throw marriage away. We don't need to do that. Pray today that God would bless and keep you this day and always. Amen.